tonight on Grilling with the Guru.
What we got?
It's one of our, we do it every year, every season.
Well, talk to me.
Steak, baby.
Where they at?
They're going to have to come see.
Wait a minute. There's no steak.
Tell them when Grilling with the Guru starts.
Right now! Hey guys, welcome back to the show. We got steaks on the grill.
Steak.
And pork chops.
And pork chops. And why? Because it's a grill. This is our grilling show. Okay.
That's right.
Where, look, every season we do a barbecue show, we do a steak or grilling show. This is our
Steak show.
This is our steak grilling show. And we have
Yeah.
some. Come see. Why am I telling you about it? Come on in, man.
So the reason that they didn't see any raw meat up there is because we're doing a technique called reverse sear.
We've talked about it.
We've talked about
This is how it does. The fire is here.
That's right.
No fire here.
None at all.
But we're going to talk about how to use air and draft to create this technique. We have some beautiful, we're going to talk about some fuels.
We're going to talk about the fuel.
Right now, you
Accent wood.
See this smoke coming up? That's some accent wood. What kind of accent wood that is?
That's some wild cherry.
Wild
That my
cherry.
boy Dwayne gave me, bruh, from his deer lease.
Man.
And it smells amazing.
And
Look at the color on it.
Yeah,
Look at the color. And that's way over there.
yeah, this is, we about 375, 400 here. We way down to about 2 1/4, 250 right here.
Right. And the steaks, the food's been on there for about 20 minutes?
Maybe a half hour at the most.
Maybe a half hour.
And we got, matter
But
of
we're
fact,
bringing up the temperature slow.
but we got to take them off because
That's
they're
right.
going to get past our target.
Right.
So I'm going to do that. Tell them how reverse sear works.
Okay, so basically, guys, you got, like he was saying, you got indirect fire, where you put your fire to one side, and you lower your temperature, and you want to kind of be in a baking mode. You could, I've seen people do it as a smoking temperature, get it down to 225, 250, but we're at about probably 3 1/4, 350, and it's off to the side. And what you want to do when you pull the meat out of the refrigerator, the meat's cold. And like we want our steaks done, I like mine medium rare. So I like mine at target temperature about 130.
Right.
135 max.
Right.
And right now we checked them and they were about 118.
Yeah, 118, 120 on the hot ones.
Right.
So, and listen, you'll read a lot of blogs and information that say, stop 5 degrees short. That's not enough.
No, it's not enough.
By the time you sear
It's
both
still
sides,
cooking right now.
That's right.
Right.
This is going to carry over another 2 or 3 degrees, and I promise you, when you sear, even though it's blazing hot, it's only there for 30 seconds, you're going to carry 10 more degrees on.
So let's talk about the fuel. Now
All right.
we're cooking on a charcoal grill. They can
Right.
do this. Y'all can do the same technique, guys, on a gas grill.
You can,
But
if
we're
you
using,
have to.
If, you, if that's all you got. But we're using a charcoal grill, the Cajun Pro sponsor, like Guillory's Greatest Foods with Louisiana Love.
We almost forgot.
Well, I know,
That's our
we got to talk
sponsors,
about our
baby.
sponsors. But we're starting off not with your traditional charcoal. We're using a product called lump charred wood. We were actually the first people in Acadiana to start selling this 25 years ago. People thought we were crazy. But now you can find it pretty much at every store. Just be careful. Look on the bag where it says made in the USA. If it says made, not distributed in the USA, made in the USA, then you have a good chance that it's probably going to be an oak, pecan, and hickory blend, or some of those 3 woods combined.
Right.
If it says a product of Mexico, I ain't got nothing against Mexico. We're going to put up a wall, okay? They can come in, but they're going to do it legally, okay? But no, I'm just joking. So, but if it's a product of Mexico, they don't have a lot of oak trees. You know what they got a lot of?
Mesquite.
Mesquite wood. That's their oak trees. So let me tell you, if it says product of Mexico, and if you're cooking red meat like steak or venison, deer, it's perfect.
Goose.
But if you're doing pork, chicken, lamb, it's too strong. And it gets real hot.
Listen, guys, we say do whatever. Yeah, it burns,
Burns
super hot.
hot.
Do whatever you want.
Right.
But if you've never experimented with pure mesquite, get some meat you don't care a whole lot about first and give it a shot, because that stuff is, woo.
It's
and I
very
love it.
strong.
I enjoy it.
Yeah.
But it's like a good cigar. Some of them,
Yeah.
they
If
get you where
you
live.
enjoy eating a ribeye and tasting that natural buttery flavor,
Yeah.
don't use mesquite.
Yeah, mesquite's not for
That's
you.
going to take over the. So then what you could do is you start with that as a base fuel.
Right.
And what we're using right now, like I said, my buddy Dwayne gave me this beautiful wild cherry wood from his deer lease. Beautiful wood. Or you can use pecan or oak.
I love pecan.
And if you're doing a milder meat like lamb, chicken, pork,
right.
you could use any of your fruit-bearing trees, peach, apple, pecan. I used fig wood the other day.
Not pecan, but yeah, fig.
Fig. Let me tell you something. Fig is my new favorite
pear.
for pork. Pear. Anything that bears a fruit.
Yep.
So experiment, like people like to experiment with different rubs on their steaks. I'm a salt and pepper kind of guy. Actually, I have to tell Turk, get that off my steak. I have to dab it.
We're going to talk about that when we come back.
Yeah,
but
can
right
we?
now, yeah. Oh, and one more thing. We're going to show you how to make your own steak sauce, okay?
Steak sauce.
Because the one with the first letter and the first number, we're going to do better than that. All right? So, look, don't go nowhere. Well, look, go pause for the cause.
Yeah.
Refill your drink.
You got a partner of yours in the studio
Mr.
audience.
Mr. Leonard Franquez is joining us today.
He gonna be good tonight.
That's right. He picked the right night to come. All right? So, listen, we'll see you in a couple minutes.
Yes.
Welcome back to Grilling with the Guru, guys. Keith.
You got some bottles over there, T.
We're now entering what we call the impatient segment of the show because Keith can't wait to.
Man, look.
Look, what you got?
You hear that, y'all?
That's this. What is that thing you got right there?
That tells me when it's time to go on the grill.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, you hear like a little tick, and then the alarm goes off, and it's going crazy right now.
So
it's telling me, put that steak back on the
Put it
grill.
on the grill. It's time
so
to eat.
You talk about what
All
you
right.
got to talk about, but I got to listen to the machine.
That's not what it's for.
Man.
But anyway.
You
all
say
right.
that.
So he's going.
You don't know.
Pan sear. So we're gonna make steak sauce, right? So what's steak sauce? Have you ever read the bottle of steak sauce? The ingredients are comme ça. There's a lot of them.
But you don't need that many, huh?
You don't. Okay, a lot of it is to build that earthy, rich flavor that you like.
Right.
We've made wine and butter sauces on here several times. Let's say this is actually a version of that. It's just it has a couple more things in it to balance it out. It's going to be nice and rich, and it's going to match that steak very well. Okay.
So what I'm doing, let me just tell them what I'm doing.
Go ahead.
Then I'll give you the rest of the show.
No, go
I'm gonna go
ahead.
eat my steak.
You good?
Okay, so look, guys, I'm starting with a little pat of butter.
Some burr.
And we got a very hot pan.
That's right.
We're
That's
just gonna let that butter melt a little while right here. And then the fat and the butter is gonna kiss on this steak a little bit.
the love.
Y'all hear that?
Look at that.
Can y'all hear that? You want me to lean in a little bit closer?
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
So we got the like I said, the accent wood, the wild cherry. We got a very hot bed of coals. Even without that cherry, guys, the flavor is gonna be unbelievable, very smoky. The cherry is just giving it an extra kick. And you're putting brown sugar in that pot over there.
Yeah, we're gonna put about a half, 3/4 a cup of brown sugar in here.
Yeah,
You good right there, man? You good right
you
there?
good?
All right, and then we're gonna get us some vin, some wine.
That's that expensive one?
This is the expensive wine.
I can tell it's expensive because you unscrewed the cap.
That's right, baby. That's the Fred Sanford wine.
Yeah?
All right.
Some Mad Dog?
Yeah, no. Boy, I wouldn't do that to our viewers. We love our viewers. So about a cup of red wine. Just make sure it's a dry red wine, a Cabernet, a Merlot, something like that, okay? The real sweet ones, not too good. All right. So we got brown sugar and we have wine. This is some tomato paste. This is the part where everybody goes nuts. So don't go too crazy. This stuff is really strong.
Oh, yeah.
And
yeah. A little goes a long way.
A little goes a long way. So
Yeah.
how much? About half a teaspoon. Or about a teaspoon.
Oh! I did it.
You did
I
it.
flipped it.
Look at you, boy.
Look at that. Now,
God
guys, if
damn.
you've never done a pan-seared ribeye or steak, I kind of resemble the flavor of that, and I've never heard of this, but of beef cracklings. It has a crack. Don't you agree? It has like a crackling.
That's
the
exactly what
crispy,
you're doing, yeah.
And that's the fat that's kind of glazed
charring.
over.
That's right.
That's exactly right.
One of our favorite products, Steen's cane vinegar. Okay. So we're going to get about 2 tablespoons of that stuff. And then we're going to have another kind of vinegar because we fancy. Some balsamic vinegar. Okay, so what's balsamic
You use
vinegar?
that on salads all the time.
Use that on salads all the time. Balsamic vinegar is vinegar that's made from grapes.
Oh.
All the grape. The seed,
That's
the
why
stem.
I like doing this show with you. You educate me.
And
you make me want to be a better man.
Oh, come on now.
I'm serious.
So it's made with stuff called grape must, M-U-S-T. Then the more, and this particular one has 35% grape must. The more it has, the stronger and richer the flavor will be. Also, the more expensive it'll be. So,
Okay.
Yep. Some traditional Worcestershire sauce, low sodium, okay? Because the regular version of this, hey, it's got a ton.
You smell that?
Can you smell? So what you gonna do now?
Okay, so, do you salt and pepper it before you cook it, or do you do it? I like doing it after. No, I have no chemistry or principle other than the fact that
You just like it.
I can control how much salt and how much pepper I'm putting on after I grill the steak. So I'm just gonna put some nice sea salt. I'm gonna do some fresh cracked black pepper. You can do it out of the little canister if you want, but to me, there's something about fresh cracked black pepper that gives it a lot more
There's no doubt
flavor.
about it. There's no doubt about it.
And what I like to do after I pull it off, I want my steak to relax. So I'm gonna get a little piece of aluminum foil, which is right here, and I'm gonna do what they call tinting it. Tinting, not T-I-N-T, like tinting the windows on your car, but tint. You just wanna kinda lightly cover it, and I'm gonna let it rest. I'm gonna let it relax for about probably 2 or 3 minutes. And when I pull that off, you're gonna see it's gonna be sitting in a pool of juice, and we're gonna cut into that because we're hungry and we wanna snack it. And then see, you're doing a different technique.
Yes.
I did the skillet.
You're doing the skillet. I'm gonna finish mine over the direct fire.
You're gonna have the fire kissing your food.
So what does that mean? I'm gonna have actually variations of char where where the meat hits the metal rods of the grill is gonna be darker and crisper than in between.
My yard.
My yard, your yard, everybody's yard.
Everybody's yard.
But what you did, you got the Maillard reaction over the entire surface.
Steak. That's right.
So that's the benefit of each one. Also, you get more even cooking. I was fixing to say evener. I was saying say even.
It's evener.
You get more even cooking from a cast iron skillet or any plate.
Well, that's what we were talking about before we started the show.
Yep.
We talked about, because this particular grill, as well as all our Cajun Grill products, we have a new stainless steel griddle plate.
That's correct.
You can remove half of the grid.
Right.
So you still have the other half.
Right.
And it's a stainless steel plate that covers up that whole other half of the grill.
It's awesome.
And it is awesome, guys. But you know, we want to have a little bit more flexibility, so we decided to just do it in a skillet. You can get the accessory. Now, if you have a gas grill, do the same thing, either in a skillet, or they have these aftermarket little stainless steel griddle plates that you put on the cooking grids. All the heat's trapped, gets blazing hot, has the same result.
So while you were showing them that, a couple more things I added to the sauce. Pardon me.
Do you have any Grey Poupon?
I just happen to have a little bit right here.
I want to roll down my window.
There you go.
Pardon me. Hey, Bo.
So I put a little Dijon mustard. I use this brand because it's a brand everybody knows.
That's right.
If you go in some of the finer grocery stores around town, you'll see they got more mustard than you can shake a stick at. So I use that. I use the soy, and of course I put a little Louisiana love. It ain't no good without the love.
You gotta have
no love
some
like Louisiana love,
baby.
So listen,
Who are you kidding?
we got to take a little break. Keith's cutting that steak, and
I
I
want
think
Matt to come in on
and I
this.
think we all know why he's cutting it. Look at that.
Look at that.
That's perfect. It's perfect.
Absolutely.
It's perfect.
Perfect.
Okay? So look, hey, go refill your drinks and do whatever it is you got to do.
I like this part of the steak. Like I call it the tail.
The tail.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna split it with you because
They
you're
call
my partner, bro.
The croupillon.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of fat. Dr.
That's awesome.
Alexander, my internist, don't watch. Okay?
Don't watch, yeah, turn
avert your eyes.
Hey, doctor, turn your head and cough. We'll see you in a second.
Kurt, look at that.
Look at
What's
this,
Matt
baby.
zoomed in on? Is that lava?
That's lava of
I feel
love.
like I'm in the mammoth. I'm looking for the woolly mammoths out there in the swamp.
Look at this, boy. That's steak sauce, baby.
That is a homemade steak sauce.
That first letter, first number sauce. You could, if you're right-handed, throw it over your right shoulder. If you're left-handed, throw it over your left shoulder.
And this is pretty good. I tasted it, and I can't wait to try this with that big, thick pork steak,
Oh,
bro.
speaking of which, all right. So look, I just added about 4 cloves of garlic in there. Why? Because we can.
Because we can't. It's another flavor profile.
That's right, another flavor profile.
So you
Look,
got a lot of stuff in there. You got wine.
Yeah.
You got brown sugar. You got 2 different kind of vinegars. You got what else?
So-
you got your seasoning in there.
So we're going after.
Tomato
We're
paste.
going after the four flavor, right? Salty, sweet, tart, and yeah.
Oh, and I saw you did put some lemon.
That's right.
You put a little lemon
fresh
in there.
lemon, okay. So, and the reason, but it's one thing to put all these things. You got to balance them out. You don't want one to take over the other. And remember, we still want to taste the beef. Okay?
Oh, the beef and the pork.
The beef and the pork. Yeah, we still want to taste that. This is an accompaniment. Don't put this on bad meat. Think it's going to taste good. Nope,
Yeah,
it's not going to work.
For the record, ladies and gentlemen,
Uh-oh.
that ribeye between 4 men wasn't enough meat.
No,
But
no.
it went like what,
that thing
30
didn't have a
seconds?
chance.
And good thing you brought that French bread.
I know.
All that juice, all
Yeah,
that love at the bottom of the
jus.
plate.
The jus.
Matt said, "Why you brought the bread?" And Matt, look,
Why you think?
Gala.
Yeah.
I dabbed that.
Yeah, yeah.
He bit it and they go, "Oh my."
That's why you bring the bread. So, all right. So look, let's talk about fire control, air control, airflow.
Air movement, air control.
All right, so listen, there's a bunch of ways to control heat and fire on a Cajun grill or a kettle grill or a gas grill or any other type of grill.
Right.
Open, except
Mainly wood-fired grills.
Mainly wood-fired grills.
Gas grill, you got high, low, medium.
This gets more difficult because it's permanently vented.
Exactly.
So we have adjustable vents here. On the Cajun Pro, we have 2 in the front and we have one on either side.
That's right.
So that allows us to do something called cross ventilation.
The new design it doesn't have an overlap hood.
Like the old one did.
It's actually a sealed hood.
That's correct.
So it's very similar to a lot of these ceramic grills.
Right.
That if you're not careful, if you have everything shut down, you close your lid, you'll put out your fire in about 10, 15 minutes.
We've done it twice.
It's happened. So,
We've done it twice because we never could do it on the other one.
but what they can't do, Kurt,
They can't do that.
they can't do this.
No.
They can't lift and lower the
No.
cold tray.
Right.
So-
But in order to get, for indirect cooking, which is how we did the steaks and the pork chops, we built fire on the left side. We opened the bottom vent for intake.
Shut this one.
We shut the top one.
Moved
we
it.
shut the bottom one on the right side, and we opened the top right across.
Right. Air's
That
going
air-
to take the passive least resistance.
Absolutely. It's
All the
just
time.
like water and anything else, and
Right.
it brings the heat with it.
That's right.
So, and you could look, it carried the smoke with it. We still got beautiful color.
What?
We got beautiful flavor in there.
There you
So that's one way you could do it. So what if you don't have this setup? How do you do it? Most kettle grills have 2 vents, one on the bottom, one on the top.
That's right.
The one on the bottom is basically useless. It really is.
So I tell people.
Yeah, it's basically useless because, well, actually, it's a clean out. It's not even a vent.
It's kind of like that 6th toe on there. It's kind of useless.
Well, yeah, on you. It's,
Yeah,
well, I don't
need
know
to
what
see
you
a doctor
Man,
about that.
You talk about gripping mud.
What?
Oh, that thing can walk a levee like it ain't nobody business.
Long. Let's go, bruh. Walk in the marsh.
6-toe Gidry right here. But if
Another nickname. Like I need another nickname.
so if you have a kettle grill and you have that vent at the bottom, just leave it open. It does you no good.
That's what I tell people all the time. If you close this and air can't come out, guess what?
The rest
Couillon,
is
air can't come in.
That's right.
So and the same thing, if you have this one wide open and these closed, air can't go
Enter.
out.
It can't enter.
So it ain't coming out.
That's right.
So
it works as a system. So
exactly.
So
You're
on a
working
kettle
with
grill,
unison.
you have the top vent that opens.
That's your primary control.
Right. And so how do you do it? So in a round grill, you would put the meat on one side and you put your vent on the other side. Okay? And it'll draw across this way. That's how you do it. Is it efficient? Is it effective? No, but it can be done.
No, and then you start from that day.
Right.
When you try and do this reverse sear on your kettle grill.
Kettle
We're not
grill.
gonna give a name brand
Right,
out there.
right.
We don't want to offend nobody.
No. Yeah.
So from that day and you eating that, you immediately go inside and get your mason jar and cut your little slit in the top.
Yeah.
And you take all your pocket change and you start saving your money because you're gonna want this Cajun Pro, guys. I'm telling you. This is not
When you
just
make $1, put 50 cents in
It's
the jar.
not just a barbecue pit. People say, man, that's a lot of money. I know it's all
Yeah.
304
Yeah,
stainless
yeah,
steel. I
yeah.
know it's going to last me the rest of my life. And I know my kids are going to be fighting over this, who gets it when I'm dead and gone.
Right.
However, it's a lot of, it's not just a barbecue pit.
No.
If you're just looking for a barbecue pit, they got pits on every corner. If you want an outdoor kitchen, you want to give yourself and your family options on how you can, anything you prepare in your kitchen.
That's right.
On a nice spring day, which is coming,
That's what they
you
keep
can
telling us.
prepare the whole meal on the grill. If you can cook it in a pot, you can cook it on the grill.
But, well, yeah, and what we're really talking about here, guys, is the pleasure of cooking, okay? So this makes it, This makes it very nice.
It's an event.
Okay?
It's an event.
It's always an event. Come to my house on most weeknights, and you're going to see the
I
smoke
see 'em on
rolling.
Facebook.
Oh, yeah, all the time.
All the
So,
time.
look, one more break.
Oh, yeah?
And then, wait. Yeah, we got one more break, and then
We're
à la manger, baby.
Yeah,
it's going to be time.
that first ribeye,
Oh, yeah, it's gone.
my
So,
stomach is like saying, give me more.
We're gonna crank up the heat, and we're gonna show these 2 pork chops and that steak what's for.
Oh, yeah. And we're going to put some beautiful marks on them.
Oh yeah. And
Y'all
then,
gonna
and
like
then we're
this.
gonna put some beautiful marks on them.
So, watch out.
Come back, see us, boy.
Kurt, we back. The sauce,
Look at you.
you going to put this in a bottle?
Look at you.
You going to put your name on it?
Gilbert's Greatest says it has a new product they'd like to announce. Cajun steak sauce.
Just enough tomato, just enough bite.
Yeah,
The vinegar and the lemon,
balance.
great balance.
Balance.
Great
So
balance.
remember, guys, when you're making your sauce, and I'm gonna post a recipe for this. I'm gonna leave a few things out because it's proprietary. No, I'm gonna post a recipe for this. Just remember, whenever you're doing it, if you want to personalize it, keep everything in balance. If you say, "Oh, I really like sugar. I want to add more sugar, more corn syrup, or brown sugar, whatever," don't let it get too sweet because it has to accompany the meat, and that's what this is about. What we got right here, baby?
We blistering the steaks, bruh.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The fire's up close and personal right now.
We're less than a quarter of an inch away from that meat right there.
Lord,
It's gonna
have
put
mercy.
some beautiful marks on it.
Yeah, and they're gonna make it taste good too.
Oh, yeah.
Look at this. I got this. You do that.
So we actually threw another couple of cherry wood chunks in there on the lump charcoal
On purpose.
on purpose. So look at that guy.
Woo.
It's coming around.
Woo. So look, to recap, guys, this is our steak show. This is our grilling show, our grilling proper show. So we did a reverse sear in a traditional way for Keith's steak, which he liked with just salt and pepper.
Just salt and pepper.
I
Now your ribeye was not marinated, but you pre-seasoned.
I pre-seasoned, and then the pork chops we pre-seasoned, and we reverse seared. We
That's
did
right.
everything to the right, and we did it, and then we once it was done. Once we reached 10 degrees below our target doneness, we pulled them off and we let them sit. And now we're just marking them up
That's right.
because it's about time to eat.
It is about
It's
time
almost
to eat.
time to eat, baby. Golly.
Yeah.
So I tell you what, guys, let's take one more short break.
Look at that.
Y'all come right back, and we're gonna have at it. I
Allons
promise you.
manger, baby.
See you in a second.
What? Kurt,
It's leaking.
we got a leak, bruh.
It's a flavor leak.
You better check that out.
Let's
bruh.
see what we got. Welcome back to the show, guys.
Look, I want to show people
Oh,
the Cajun Grill. My dad put out that cookbook, and lo and behold, when we're looking at, he's got a beautiful ribeye steak recipe right here. So, guys, you can look in any good cookbook. Emerald, look at that. Look at that.
Okay, guys, this is the pork chop. It's perfectly fine to eat pork medium or medium well with a little pink
Oh, I'm
in
gonna.
it.
That's how I eat
you,
mine.
You could bet your bottom dollar I am. Look, that's for you.
Oh, Lord.
Look,
Thank you
that's
very
for
much.
me. And look, we got our sauce right here.
Nice little fat on there. Dip a little of that sauce on there.
Like that, and then
Oh, my God.
throw the fork down.
So tender.
That's
Melts
beautiful.
in your mouth, guys.
That is beautiful.
I'm not sure though. Let me try one more. That's
Little
so
bit of the steak.
rude.
Yeah.
We're so rude.
It looks like you're worried about that. All right, so this is the steak. Again, perfect medium rare. I'm gonna just get a corner.
Where's mine?
Oh Lord,
You cut me one?
I did, but I took most of it. No, I'm gonna cut you now.
You sure is? Boy, you got it. It's every man for himself.
You gotta
man.
watch him close. Boy, you know when you take the
Yeah, let
food
me
off
try
the
one
grill.
without the dipping sauce. Ooh,
It's,
that cherry.
it's delicious. I mean, listen. So look, guys, the deal is experiment. Use some different accent woods. Work with controlling the airflow. Do reverse sear, sous vide, cook it over direct fire. Do whatever you want to do. It's all about grilling, having a great time.
Invite your friends, blow their minds.
Invite Kurt and Keith.
Yeah.
Facebook.
Yeah.
We want to thank Gilbert's Greatest Foods and Cajun Grill for supplying us
with the groceries.
Our sponsors, our groceries. Yeah, that's right. We eating on their nickel.
That's right.
It's okay because we both, it's good.
It's all right. It works out.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of Grilling with the Guru. We will see you next time.
Love y'all.